My name is Steve Lynch with Great Plains Manufacturing. Now we're going to talk about some settings in the main terminal itself. Those settings would be for what we're going to plant with the hydraulic drive, which is on channel 1, and the split air that's on channel 2. Coming from the factory, there are 2 crops that are entered into this, and that's already been entered in and written into a quick reference guide that comes to you and is for you to keep in your cab. And it also tells you how to find access to this, how to change, and the button pushes that it takes to get around. That needs to be kept in the cab close by to answer a lot of your questions. But in order to get into the changing the crops, we must get into level 2, which is also written in there. And that's also can be accessed by going to the summary screen. And once we go to the summary screen, we want to hit the password. Once we hit the password, we want to hit the information key. And we're looking for the WSMT module, which is right down here, and we're looking for the number for it. The serial number is 15032, and that is our code that we need to enter in. So we hit the password button again, and now we want to go to level 2, and we enter in our number 150. Does not have to be entered. The 3 and the 2. We hit OK, and now we have dealer screens that are on. Once our dealer screens are on, I want to take you right back to the work screen, and we want to go into what's known as control setup. We hit the control setup key, and now you can see we have those 2 crops we talked about, corns TR and beans TR, twin row, and we have 15 total materials that we could set up in here. If we click on the corn TR, and now you can see we can change the name here. Planter control is already set up because that's what a hydraulic drive is. This is our target population here. Here's our high population and our low population. And our increase, decrease every time we hit the plus or the minus key is what that drive is going to do. And then very important there also is the seeds per rev. And that's the number of seeds per pocket of that seed disc that's in there. On for twin row, that would be 24 cell. On 30-inch planters, that's actually going to be a 40 cell wheel. We hit the more button, and you can see there's a high pop alarm and a low pop alarm. Every row should be turned on, and a row fail rate, which is 2 seeds per second. And as we see a +1, we can go to there, and you can see where we have set up for beans. Is there other material, any additional materials you want to set up? You hit the +1, change the name, and you got everything set up. Once you're there, we have a channel setup button here. And once we go to channel 1, that's use our hydraulic drive, and that's called planter control. This is already programmed in there, and there's nothing you should have to do there, but that's actually controlling our drive. Our gear ratio set in there 1.9, and our number of rows that are on the planter makes up the channel width or the width of the planter. If we go back to control setup, and now let's shift gears, we'll talk about our split air. Our split air is being controlled back here, and our target rate is where we would set this at, and that's set at 2.5 inches of water column. 2.5 is actually what we want to try to achieve there, and the maximum rate is 5, and the minimum rate is 1. If we hit channel setup for that also, which is on channel 2, there's nothing more to be done there because that's all programmed in there and it's ready to go. Go back to our main work screen, and now we've gone through both channel 1 and channel 2. So if we have channel 1 on the work screen and we want to increase, we can hit the plus, and every time it's going to go up 5%. And we can always return our set population. Likewise on our split air, if we hit our split air on channel 2, we can hit our plus, and we're going to increase our air based on the percentage that we have set in there to reset that air pressure. This kind of talks about the 2 settings that are most important is the air and the seed that's being controlled by the hydraulic drive. For additional videos, please go to greatplainsag.com. Thank you.